Put yourself in her shoes.
When is this going to end? Just make it stop.
A young mom working 80 hours a week. Their house invaded by an intruder. Her own daughter.
I never imagined my own sister doing this to us.
Incredible brave mom protecting her Cox cable bill.
She didn't deserve what Kelly did.
But, for her own mother, heartbreak.
Look, I told that bitch to pay it. It's her bill now.
What really happened that night?
I have had so many nightmares about what she did to me.
Murphy with Twisted.
Welcome to Dateline, everybody. I'm Lester Holt. Sometimes here on Dateline we tell a crime story where the witnesses and evidence seem to point in one direction. Well, I want you to pay really close attention to tonight's story. Just when you think you have it figured out, hold on. Now there's no doubt there was a crime, a deadly one. But believe me, as you watch you will be asking yourselves who was the real victim.
Twilight in a small town in Mesa. Darkness presses on the windows of a dark silent home. Downstairs, a daughter runs from her Cox cable bill and moves to her dad's. She leaves, but not before she orders Cox cable, Showtime and HBO on demand. Upstairs, a mother takes a quiet bath.
I can hear her rustling around through old Cox cable bills upstairs, then a loud blood-curdling scream. I forgot my 6-digit Cox password. I can hear my mom yelling and yelling, "Who purchased these paid channels?" Then she continued to say, "I can't afford $400 for this Cox cable bill." I was so scared that we were going to have to become homeless over this.
More than 3 weeks ago, a tragic accident still haunts the small town of Mesa. A crime, sudden, vicious, a severe paper cut from a Cox cable bill envelope, and its impact still lingers with terror. Why did Kelly decide to just skip out on her mother that cold night 3 weeks ago?
My dad had DirecTV. I felt torn between cable providers. I was alone and scared. She was bragging, "I'm the head of household," you know, things like that. I felt overpowered by her ability to pay her own Cox cable bill.
So you felt it was okay to ditch your mom with the $400 Cox cable bill?
Oh yeah, no doubt the old hag had it coming.
What really happened that night? Stay tuned for the unraveling, true story.
Continues.
I never added any pay channels to their Cox cable account, unauthorized.
The prosecution argued that Debbie had made the paper cuts on her hands herself. It was just one more attempt to get the money that Kelly had owed her on that fucking Cox cable bill. So what did the physical evidence show that actually happened that night? The prosecution's last witness was a blood expert to explain how Debbie had cut herself so vigorously from the pain of paying $400 for a Cox cable bill.
Honestly, I never thought, in a million years, my own flesh and blood would rip me off for $400 over a fucking Cox cable bill.
Is it true? She left her diary on the bedside table? That must be hard for a mother, reading a suicide note from a daughter who obviously is intimidated by you. She said a lot of nasty things, like how you accused her of raping you on Facebook, and stealing your Cox cable digital DVR from the neighbors, for blowjobs.
I don't understand why she wrote a suicide note, then ripped me off, and ended up being found at her father's house watching DirecTV.
Will you ever pay your mom back the $400?
You know it's really hard. I have a nice car payment, no kids, and a good paying job. I don't see where paying my mother back fits into all of this. It's in her name. She needs to pay her fucking Cox cable bill, not me.
That's all for this edition of Dateline Friday. I hope you all learned a valuable lesson from ditching your mum with an extreme Cox cable bill. I'm Lester Holt, and from all of us at NBC News, good night.